A few years before he died, I interviewed Cecil Parkinson, and we got to the point of the Q&A, and somebody asked a slightly cheeky question. They said, Mr. Parkinson, why were you and Mr. Tebbit never Prime Ministers? And Cecil answered, Norman Tebbit was blown up and I blew myself up. Do you agree on that?
Well, yes, I think that is right. I would have been very surprised if Cecil Parkinson had ever become Prime Minister, actually, because though he's a very talented man and a very charming one, I don't think he had that sort of steel that you have to have. Tebbit would be more capable of being Prime Minister because he certainly had the steel, but he probably didn't have the bandwidth. There would be lots of, Tebbit remains, I think, one of the most brilliant performers you ever see, and the cleverness with which he expressed. I remember in the leadership campaign between the two ballots, you will remember that Heseltine had got fewer votes than Mrs. Thatcher, but nevertheless he forced her out. So he was standing for the second ballot, and Tebbit came on the radio, and Heseltine therefore needed more votes than in the first round to win. And the interviewer said, I remember hearing this, the interviewer said, sounds like an avalanche is moving for Mr. Heseltine, Mr. Tebbit, and every other politician would have just taken that and dealt with it. Tebbit listened to the metaphor. He said, first time I've heard of an avalanche going uphill, which is the most brilliant, quick. But I think it was always been unlikely that he'd become Prime Minister, and impossible once he'd been so gravely injured. And of course his poor wife was paralysed in the bomb and remains so to this day. She's still alive.